So first things first, there's a lot of code associated with this course and a lot of sample data that you need to get as well. So let me show you where to get that, and then we'll be good to go. All right, let's go ahead and get the scripts and data files that you need for this course. So I've put a link to this in the resources for this lecture, so you should be able to just click on it from there and download it. But if it's not there for some reason or you're on some other platform, go ahead and type this into your favorite browser's navigation bar. I'll zoom in there so you can take a note if necessary. Pay attention to capitalization and whatnot. And hit return. And down it comes. 177 megabytes compressed. That will decompress to about a half a gigabyte. So make sure you've got room for that. And down it comes. All right, now that it's here, let's go ahead and open up where that got downloaded to. I'm on Windows 10, so that's went to my downloads folder. And on Windows, I can just right-click on that datascience.zip file and extract it. If you're on some other operating system like macOS or Linux, you might do something different. On macOS, you might need a separate application to actually unzip that file, and on Linux, you should be able to just use the unzip command. But you probably know how to do that on whatever OS you're using. Now, through the magic of video editing, let's go ahead and wait for this to finish decompressing. We'll come right back. And it's just about done. So there we have our decompressed resources for this course. You can see there's a lot of IPYNB files. Those are IPython notebook files that contain all of the code that we're going to be looking at. And there's a bunch of data files in here too. There's a bunch of sample emails, some movie ratings data, a sample access log from a website, all sorts of stuff that we're going to play with in this course. So just make sure you keep this someplace safe where you know where it is. So in my example, probably don't want to keep it in the downloads folder because, you know, I tend to clean that out once in a while. So I'll go ahead and cut that. And I tend to put all my stuff on my E drive, but you can put it wherever you want. I'll just go ahead and paste that in there. All that's important is that you remember where you put it so you can get back to it later. Later on, when we run these scripts, we're going to need to modify some things where they refer to the file path to the data files that we work with. So make sure you remember where you've put this, and you are modifying our scripts as we go to reflect the proper file path that you installed these scripts and data files into. Now, on different operating systems, again, file paths will be represented different ways. So on Windows, I have a drive letter, and directories are separated by backslashes, but on macOS and Linux, there are no drive letters, and you'll be using forward slashes instead. So just be cognizant of anything special or specific to your operating system, and you should be fine. Again, just make sure you remember where you put this data science folder, because you will need to change some scripts to actually reference its actual location on your system. And there we have it. All right, you've got all the stuff you need, so let's move forward and start playing around with it. All right, that's all the code and data you need for this whole course, so make sure you keep that someplace safe and remember where you put it. Next, we'll get you set up with a Python environment, so let's go ahead and do that.